Abandoned, burned out, stripped of appliances, many simply destroyed. The kind of homes you can't find in so many, you can find in so many parts of Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. The place may not be yours, but the 13 ABC I-Team spent this past summer taking a look at just how these nuisances affect you. Here's I-Team reporter Sean Haggerty with a look at just how bad these problems really are. Sean?
Yeah, this is just one of the places behind me here in Michigan and Bush in North Toledo that we visited with inspectors over the summer. We are told this is on the demolition list, but as you can tell, it is clearly still standing. Just one example of how one home can infect an entire neighborhood.
When I look at a house like this, you have to look at everything.
The I-Team embedded with Toledo Code Enforcement Inspector Lynn Lundquist. Our first stop, 1234 North Ontario in Toledo's North End.
Yep, it's open.
The complaint bringing us here an open back door. And that's exactly what we found, and it's worse inside. For Lundquist, this thing's actually pretty common.
On a normal abandoned property, this is usually what happens. You got vandals that will break in and steal whatever they can get their hands on.
If they break in and set it on fire, then it sets my house on fire, and it's just a domino effect for the neighborhood here.
Corinne Campbell lives right next door to this mess. In fact, the abandoned home is actually touching her home.
It's hard because they're never, even the owner don't come around.
Inspector Lundquist does come around.
Last time I was out here, it was waist deep, chest high. Like it was probably this deep.
And says this was, to some degree, progress.
It would have to take the right kind of owner that would want to actually live here. Either that or a non-prof or something that would come in and fix it up and then sell it.
This just one of over 21,000 inspections conducted by Toledo's Code Enforcement Department since mid-October. The projected total for the year is close to 26,000. People speaking up are what spurred these inspections. Residents filed over 10,000 complaints so far with the city this year.
Well, there it is. Side door has been opened. This was boarded at one time.
Eyesores like this decrease your property value because people don't want to live near this. So even though it's not your mess, it's your problem, even if the owner doesn't seem to care about the place.
I'll send them something in the mail so then they'll contact me if they actually want to, if they actually want to deal with the house. And if not, you just have to move through the steps.
One of those steps is Toledo Housing Court. It's really a last resort. After inspectors send several notices to owners to clean the place up, the case ends up here, where Inspector Lundquist follows through with the case. Those homeowners facing a judge and fines if it's not cleaned up. And what the I-Team discovered in its time in housing court is so many people willing to just give over their homes to a program called the Land Bank. That's a Lucas County program designed to take control of beat-up properties, rehab them, or demo them. In fact, the Land Bank coordinates all demolitions. So far in 2014, Land Bank crews demoed 261 structures. They have about 700 on their radar to bring down.
A lot of people say, oh, you on North End, you on East Side. Honestly, a lot of good people. A lot of good people anywhere. And anywhere you have bad people.
Hassan Shabib has lived in the North End for over 50 years. He said neighborhoods should not be defined by these homes. He says sometimes they're just rented to bad people. Do you think there's hope to save a place like this?
Yeah, I bet you money, yeah, you can save it.
Money is one thing, finding the owner is another. The property owner of 1234 North Ontario is listed as living in Arizona. When he was summoned in front of Housing Court Judge C. Allen McConnell,
I assume Mr. Malkin is not in the courtroom. I'm going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest.
That's right, an empty chair and now a warrant for his arrest because he didn't show. And it doesn't look like he'll show to clean up this place anytime soon.